And we're going to be talking about overcoming your fear of technology so that you can use the new different technologies that are available to you to develop your spiritual intelligence, your emotional intelligence, and become part of a much bigger community than has been available to you before. So I'm the queen of technology phobia. I had a lot of messy stuff. I had a lot of abuse and around technology when I was a child, and I had a lot of it in school as well. You were only allowed to touch the computer when the teacher said you were, or when you were in a special room. And heaven forbid you manifested a blue screen of death or a black screen of death. So growing up, I had a lot of anxiety around technology because it was so valuable and we didn't have a lot of money in the house. So there was always this fear that I was going to touch technology and I was going to damage technology. And that if something had gone wrong, even normal things like, you'd be working in a Word document and it would just close by itself, or little quirks that computers do when they're processing or clicking through things, and you would blame them on yourself. And it was very, very easy to just put all of technology in the same bandwagon. And I've noticed a lot of spiritual people do this as well. They don't want to be on social media. They don't want to be on Facebook. They don't want to have their computer on. They don't want to have a mobile phone. And though I understand that there are health risks around Wi-Fi and around blue light, it's really important for you to feel confident around the different technologies that are available to you, and to recognize that technology is powerful, just like herbs are powerful. And there are herbs that are dangerous, just like there's technology that's dangerous. But you don't avoid the plants that you think are risky, you just take them when you need them. You kind of use their medicinal properties when it's to your advantage to use them. And it's the same thing with powerful technology. You want to be able to wield it instead of be afraid of it. So with PandoraStar, this little beautiful light entrainment device over here, we got around this fear of technology in a couple of ways. So when you literally start thinking about working with light technology, we provide you with a full booklet explaining exactly how the machine works. We have a whole free training of 2 different webinars and lots of documents that explain how the machine works and what you would do if you were working with it with clients and what to do if you're working with it by yourself. And you have time to work through this in your own time. It's not like an exam. You can just literally work through the modules as it's convenient for you. And we also created a community. So you literally are going to be inside a community of another 700 or so light owners who are going to tell you their experiences, what they're doing with the light, how they're using it to improve their sleep, to improve their meditation, to calm themselves down, to recover from health issues, and how they're integrating it with their nutrition and with their health plans. And all of this stuff makes a huge difference to you going from being a technophobic to somebody who's actually really comfortable using light to heal themselves and using the new wave of technology inside your home in a way that's accessible to you. If you think back 20 years ago, almost half the population refused to use the internet, and now most people are comfortable using it. They may not be tech whizzes, but they know how to switch their computer on and how to watch something or find something that they're looking for or buy something that they need. And it's exactly the same thing with the light machine. All you have to do is switch it on. It's that simple. You switch it on, the programs are already in the machine, and you switch it on, and then you choose a program from the back, literally by pressing the on button multiple times, and you're ready to go. It's that simple. If you never want to switch on the computer, you don't have to. The machine is that simple. Why is this important? Because healing should be simple. And light is one of the most powerful healers that there is. Light boosts your immune system. It regulates your brainwave patterns. It's a kind of non-visible food. The way that plants turn sunlight into energy through the process of photosynthesis is the same thing that our bodies do. We turn light into serotonin. We turn light into vitamin D. We turn light into different states of relaxation. So it's really, really a powerful force that you can use with very few, very limited side effects to improve your health, to improve your brain waves, to improve your spiritual development, and to really get into those deep states of entrainment that bypass your conscious mind and allow the affirmations that you're doing to go in, or allow the downloads that you're working with to go in. They're particularly useful for high anxiety or high depression when you're really stuck in those low states, particularly when there's hormonal imbalance going on either in the gut or in the endocrine system or in the brain, because they literally hold you in a higher state of frequency. And sometimes you're not strong enough to go somewhere by yourself. And, in spiritual communities, we say that, sometimes you're walking down the beach and you notice that there's only, one set of footprints instead of 2. And then when you ask, the universe, why there's only 1 set of footprints, the universe says, because I was carrying you. And it's the same thing with spiritual technology or with light machine technology. when you've been stuck in, for example, depression for a long time, you're pretty much stuck in a delta trench. It's very hard to get out of that. So everything feels like, you know, it's black or dark or difficult. And the light literally holds your brain in a different brainwave frequency. So when you don't have the emotional and spiritual musculature to get into a higher frequency, the light very gently picks you up and holds you in that frequency until you're strong enough to do it yourself. It's no different than going to a physiotherapist before you're able to walk again and getting up, pulling yourself up on those stilts and holding yourself there as your muscles start to grow and develop and strengthen. It's the same thing with your mental muscles. You need to give yourself space for them to grow and to develop and to strengthen. Now, when you take drugs for this kind of stuff, what you're doing is you're allowing the drug to do the work for your brain, for your body. And when that happens, the muscles are actually weakening. It's kind of like when you're in a wheelchair, you need to actually do exercise to straighten the muscles. You need to move your body every day. It's the same thing with your brain. You know, whether you want to produce more serotonin or more dopamine or more delta and theta for deep sleep, the only way to get your mind to do that or your brain to do that by itself is to stimulate it either with light or with sound or with exercise, so that it literally starts to produce these different hormones and be able to absorb them by itself. You know, the drugs are only a temporary stopper. That's why people over time have to increase the dosages, literally because they stop feeling the benefits, because it's not the brain or your body doing the work. It's just covering up the symptoms. So Pandora actually gives your brain a chance to do the work and actually start producing more of the serotonin, more of the dopamine, more of the oxytocin. So it's really, really important that you start to overcome this fear of technologies that are good for you, because there's technologies out there like PS that are really amazing for rebalancing your body, but there's technologies out there that literally, they're electrical frequencies, they're called zapper machines that will get rid of your parasites without you having to take 1,000,001 herbs. There's technology out there like the pain genie that you can literally pop into your body and it will get rid of your pain without you having to take ibuprofen or morphine and hurt your body. So getting over your fear of technology and allowing yourself to use your discernment to know what technology is good, what technology is bad, and that most of your feelings around technology are projections. They have nothing to do with technology itself. You know, it doesn't take away from what you could learn or achieve or what you could get from technology. And you don't deserve to live your life in fear of anything, not of yourself, not of other people, and not of the amazing advanced technology we have available to us in this world. I lived the first 20 years of my life afraid of various types of technology. So if you're facing that kind of fear, start doing what I'm doing. Start keeping your technology around. Start carrying your phone with you. Start gently taking the steps to allow yourself to not be afraid, and know that you're going to make mistakes. You know, if your computer gives you a blue screen of death, switch it off and switch it on again. If you don't know what you're doing with your mobile phone, go and watch some YouTube videos so that you can learn. Give yourself the time and the space to actually just become competent at the things that you're scared of doing. And that's going to make you feel a lot smarter, a lot more confident, and it's going to make you feel a lot more empowered when it comes to dealing with your own health. If you want to know more information about PandoraStar, please pop over to our website, www